Okay, so I've now attached the strap elastics. As you can see, that is all looking really nice. So yeah, I just done the same on this side that I did on this side. I tried to match that up the same. I think I've done quite well with the decorative elastic in terms of the width of it joining together nicely. I think there's unfortunately a little bit difference of how much I've taken in. I've taken in a little bit more on this side. As you can see, the fabric is a bit wider there than it is on that one. But that is the challenge when it comes to doing these bra straps, especially when you're working with the decorative elastic as well. So anyway, so the very last thing we need to do is the keyhole loop here. So we're having a bit of elastic that goes through. It creates a nice little gather at the center front, which looks really lovely. So it really depends how much gather you would like at the center front for this part of elastic. There's not a default measurement. It just depends what you would prefer. So I prefer quite a small one like that. So we're gonna go back to the sewing machine, and this will be the last time we go back to the sewing machine for this bralette. And we are going to attach the loop just on that under edge. So we'll find the middle, so the center front. So fold it in half again if you can't see the notches. Probably at this point you can't, like I can't on mine. So you found your center front. Pop your pin in to mark it. There we go. And then take your elastic that you're going to use for your loophole, and then we will stitch it on the machine. So take your elastic that you're going to use for your keyhole loop, and then place it with right sides up on the wrong side, so on the inside of the bralette, so basically wrong sides together. And then we are just going to place it about 5mm up from the bottom edge, like that. And we're going to stitch it in place with a small zigzag stitch, so it doesn't move around when it's on. So choose your stitch, so zigzag stitch. We're going to use just a really small one, so a 3 width and a 1.4 length. And then just pop your needle down to secure it in place. So after you've just secured the elastic down with a few stitches, take out your pin from underneath. We don't want that catching. And then just do a little zigzag stitch along the edge of this. So that should be secured down like that. And also just want to say about the elastic, you can use whatever elastic you want for this front bit. It is just for aesthetic reasons, but obviously because I've used the white elastic for the bottom, it gives a nice continuity to use the same one for the keyhole loop. So the next bit, we actually need to hand sew. So we're going to be doing a little bit of hand sewing next. So yeah, so that's all for the machine for this bralette. So now you've got the elastic stitched down, you can now decide what length you'd like the keyhole. So how much gather do you want in the center? So yeah, I think that would do it for me. So I need to then turn it to the back, and about in the center of the back, so in the middle area, you just need to cut it off. It's a bit freestyle, this bit. So there we go, cut, and then pin it in place. But just pin it to the other strap part. don't pin it to the actual fabric. So you can get your finger behind it like that. So that's all pinned in place. Yep, that's perfect. And then because this is a loop, we can't take it to the sewing machine without sewing through all of the layers of fabric, so we have to hand stitch this last little bit. So you need a needle and thread for this, and you need the same thread to match the colour of your elastic on the loop. An easy way to create a little knot at the end, if you don't know, there might be a little tip for you. So take both ends, put your needle on top of the end with about 1 centimetre over, wrap the thread 3 times around the needle, hold it with your fingers, pull it all the way through. You've got a nice little knot at the end there. So we just need to create a little, like an overcasting stitch here. So I'm going to put my needle in, so it's just on the one layer. So imagine you're doing a zigzag stitch on the machine. That's what I always imagine. So you're not only securing it, but you're also hemming the raw edge of the elastic out. I'm going to take that pin out because I just pricked myself. This won't have much pressure on it, so it doesn't need to be like super secure. Like somewhere like the bra straps would be, for instance. It's just, yeah, to hold it in place, but there's not going to be much pressure on this area. And then do a few stitches in the same place when you get to the end. And then once you've done that, just cut the thread off. There we go. Right, okay. Here we go. Okay, that is now finished. The only thing we need to do now is just to snip all the threads and make it look super lovely. So yeah, be really proud of yourself for making this, because there were some tricky parts in this bra. So go through and take all your loose threads off if you haven't done already, because my machine cuts it, which is really handy. I don't have to worry too much about threads, which is great. So I hope you really enjoyed making this bralette. I know that I'm going to really look forward to wearing this with the matching knickers that we've made in module 2 as well. And I'm also going to finish the other lace bra off that we started making as well. So don't forget, you can make many versions of this type of bra. If you want it for comfy wear, if you want it for more of a sports wear, then you can change the fabrics, change the elastics to make it more suitable for that, now that you know how to. So yeah, a really versatile bralette. So yeah, well done for making your bra, and I can't wait to see your makes, to be quite honest.